It's time to say goodbye to the camper van, and I'm super sad.
Welcome to episode 10, everyone! The one we sadly had to say goodbye to our camper van to be able to fit on the narrow and twisted drive on the road to Hana. So this is the price we pay. Just cross this little fall to go check that one out. Let's go. Join me as we drive all the way across to Hana to make to the other side of Haleakala National Park to experience going through a bamboo forest, seeing the 7 sacred pools, trying to find an iconic 400 feet waterfall, and of course, all the banana bread and tips that you can have are in this episode for your road to Hana. Let's adventure, everyone! This is Maui season, episode 10. So this is how cold it got here overnight. This is a great example of those freezing temperatures we were warned about. But inside the van with my winter wear, I was doing just fine.
It's time to say goodbye to the camper van, and I'm super sad. And of course there's a beautiful rainbow to enjoy this last minute over here in the Haleakala Camping. Just gorgeous. This was absolutely amazing, unforgettable. I recommend this kind of trip for everyone.
It's crazy to say, but saying goodbye to this camper van after this amazing adventure was such a hard thing to do. But next step in our list of adventures was something very exciting to come about. We were swapping our van into a smaller car because we're about to hop into Road to Hana. And I definitely recommend that you rent a smaller car for this drive, since it is a 2-lane, each one way, and sometimes you have to pull over at the edge of the mountain to make room for the other cars to pass. So this is the route you would do to start at mile 0 and make Road to Hana clockwise. But for us today, we're trying to get to the other side of Haleakala, so we're gonna go right past through Hana. This is what traffic in Hana looks like. So these are some tips you want to write down for your travel to Road to Hana. To rent a car in Maui, I strongly recommend you use this app called Turo. You can find cars way cheaper than you would at a local agency. Plus, you're helping locals rent their cars and make some extra money. If you're familiar with the Airbnb service, this is just like an Airbnb but for cars. And don't be nervous, I've been to the islands 4 times now, and every single travel I rented cars through Turo. Never had a problem. You just really have to look at the reviews and look the details just like you would if you're renting an Airbnb instead of a hotel. This next tip is gold when visiting Hawaii in general. This app called Shaka Guide offers you audible guides as you are driving through locations, especially that you normally do not have signal to use your regular maps. So if you're gonna choose that, make sure you download prior. But for Road to Hana, even if you download the map, you won't know where to stop. And this guide, besides telling you every little nook and corner that you can stop to see something really cool, it will narrate a story about the location and it will give you some good laughs along the way. And there are a few options for Road to Hana. There's the traditional one, which is the clockwise we're doing today. And there's the counterclockwise way of doing this trip, which in the app they call the reverse Road to Hana. And I'll tell you, the reverse way is definitely my favorite way of doing Road to Hana. But in this episode, we're doing the traditional way. So don't miss watching next episode to choose which way are you gonna do your Road to Hana. The Road to Hana is one of the most scenic drives in the world, but it's also known for being an adventure all on its own. It's about 64 miles long with over 600 sharp turns and about 50 narrow 1-lane bridges. This route winds through lush rainforests, cascading waterfalls, and rugged coastline, giving a glimpse of Maui's incredible natural beauty. The road was initially built to connect remote communities, but it's become a popular tourist attraction. And the journey here is much about the stops as the drive itself, with highlights like the black sand beach at Wainapanapa State Park, which we will stop in it, and the bamboo forest, which is our main goal to get to it today, since it's on the other side of Haleakala. And good thing to know, when you buy the Haleakala National Park Pass, you have 3 days to use with the same price you paid. So I made sure to save this for the last. So after camping in Haleakala, today we're coming all the way to the other side to visit the bamboo forest. It's a long drive, taking 2 to 4 hours one way without stopping. But here, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So just be prepared for a winding, narrow road, lots of delicious banana bread on the way, and stops that will take your breath away. After driving all the way across the road to Hana, we finally make it within the last day of our Haleakala National Park ticket to experience the Pipiwai Trail inside the Kipahulu district of Haleakala National Park. Located on the opposite side of the island from the summit area, these hikes run alongside the 7 sacred pools, goes through the beautiful bamboo forest, and eventually leads to the stunning Waimoku Falls, a 400-foot waterfall. As a trend we've seen around here in Hawaii, most of the experiences you go through here, it's not about where you're trying to get to, but there's amazing discoveries along the way. Some of them putting you into a magical feeling, almost like if you're out of this world, helping you reflect through life, your dreams, your past, your accomplishments, and how grateful about life I feel right now. The pools of Ohio, also known as the 7 sacred pools, although many call them the sacred pools, this was a name coined to attract visitors in the past. For Native Hawaiians, the pools are indeed significant, but not specifically as sacred. They are part of a continuous stream following from the mountains to the ocean, representing the natural cycles of water, life, and renewal. As you cross the bridges, you see how these pools have been shaped by nature over centuries, with lush greenery surround them. Visitors today are encouraged to respect these pools not only for their beauty, but for their place in the land and Hawaiian culture. In Hawaiian, Pipiwai, the name of the trail, has a specific meaning. Pipi means to sprinkle or to drip, and vai means water. So Pipiwai essentially translates to sprinkling water or trickling water, which is quite fitting. The pools cascade beautifully from one to the next, connected by a series of waterfalls that spill into one another. As I step into the bamboo forest in the Pipiwai Trail, I can't help but think of my dad. He always told me, "We're like bamboo, my daughter. We bend, but we don't break. We go through it." And right here, surrounded by these tall, unbreakable stacks of bamboo, his words mean even more to me. The bamboo rises up, thick and endless, bending and swaying with the wind, yet never giving in. It's resilient, just like us when we face life storms. Each step on this trail feels like a lesson, reminding me that life, like this forest, is full of twists and turns, dense and difficult patches. But if we're strong and flexible, we can make it through. I think of the way bamboo grows together, supporting each other, just as we lean on those we love in tough times. In Hawaiian culture, bamboo or ohe is often a symbol of simplicity and humility. I feel a connection not only to my dad's words, but to something deeper, an understanding that life is about growing through what we go through. Like the bamboo around me, we are shaped by our journeys, standing taller and more rooted every step of the way. And just as I look up, I know that at the end of this path is something beautiful, something worth every step, every challenge. So this is the price we pay. Just cross this little fall. Should go check that one out. Let's go. Finally, after trekking through the towering bamboo forest and climbing up the winding trail, I've arrived at Waimoko Falls. And standing here, looking up at this breathtaking 400-foot waterfall, it's just incredible. The water pours down in a powerful yet graceful way. It feels like nature's reward for the journey we took to get here. A reminder of the beauty that awaits at the end of a challenging trail. And after all this hiking and driving, we finally made it to Hana and found a beautiful restaurant to enjoy a sunset, a nice dinner, and of course, we couldn't miss a good Mai Tai. Now stay tuned for next episode because of course I found an amazing place in Hana to watch the sunrise before we go on our adventures counterclockwise through Hana, where we'll finally make it to the black sand beach. And I'll share with you some magical spots I found on my opposite way to Hana trip last year, like some lava tubes you can experience and some local tips I have to discover this amazing pool. But you gotta know the secrets to be safe here. So hope you're enjoying all these tips and travel and stories. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and I'll see you on the next episode.